course you want to protect your kids and instill in them a value to love other people, to value other humans. But that doesn't mean you know how to do that. My name is Elisa Johnston. I'm the founder of Average Advocate, a business that empowers ordinary people like you and I to change the world, to find our best role in doing that. Well, one of the ways that we advocate at Average Advocate is for the issue of modern slavery or human trafficking. And through that, I've discovered there's a lot of parents, like myself, who really care about raising compassionate kids and who really care about helping their kids know how to act and know how to respond to people and know how to care about big things. But also, they want to help their kids and empower them so that they don't become victims of sex trafficking themselves, because that's an issue that happens all around the United States. You see, most of us have heard about sex trafficking. Ooh, bad stuff. In fact, sometimes when we're going to sleep at night, we're thinking about some van coming out of nowhere and kidnapping our daughter and then doing who knows what to her and selling her for sex, and that's just horrible. But at the same time, in our minds, sometimes that's so impossible that it keeps us from thinking about things that are even more likely than that, such as, sexual exploitation, which happens to kids on a huge scale all around the United States. In fact, often it happens with people that they know and with other kids. Are you considering that and preparing them for that and preparing them to know what to do? We don't like to think that we have to teach consent to our children when they're not even 2, or we don't like to think that we have to instill in them this value that human life matters before they're 4, or what to do when they encounter things that objectify women and other people before they're even 6. We don't like to think that we have to start so young. But you know what? If we don't start young, we're going to miss our chance. Do you want to wait another 5 years or 10 years and be like, I wish I said something when I could? The truth is that most of us avoid these awkward conversations because they're awkward. They feel really awkward to us, or our parents didn't have them with us, so we don't know how to do them. But you know what? Our kids are still young enough that it's not awkward to them. And if we start now, we build this layer and layer and layer and layers and layers of trust with them. Do you want that with your child? Do you want to empower them with the tools to protect themselves? I mean, there's no way that we could fully ensure protection, but at the same time, we can do something. You see, I have stories of regrets with my kids. I have 3 kids. And I talk with my kids about stuff like this all the time since they're really little, and I still have things that I was like, man, I wish I just said that one more time. Maybe you don't have those regrets, and I sure hope that you don't, but at the same time, you've got to start now. And this is just an issue of protecting your kids and empowering your own children to do something about keeping themselves safe from sexual exploitation, but really that comes down to understanding their own value as humans. But that extends to other people, because usually, actually always, everybody who creates demand for sex trafficking or sexual exploitation in any form or fashion, they started out as kids also, whose parents taught them something. So, you have a choice. You have a choice on what you're going to teach your kid when it comes to how they value other humans. And that doesn't just happen in this microsphere of your community and where you live and just the person outside your house. But it also encompasses how they view the person on the other side of the globe. So often, we're not even aware that we're unintentionally teaching our children to not value people that live far away just because we don't talk about them, or we're not proactive about teaching them that stuff like that matters. We wait until they're like, oh, they'll maybe encounter that in high school, or maybe, in college, or whatever. But at the same time, we have a chance to give our children an opportunity to make a difference in the world. I mean, what if your child did know about modern slavery? There are 21 million people that are modern slaves, and that's the minimum number. There could be as many as double of that many people in the world who are enslaved today. Do you know that? Do your kids know about that? Maybe they should. Maybe you should tell them that they can have a part in doing something about that they can grow up and be world changers. In fact, they can be world changers now, even if it's just in this one small area, because kids are amazing. They have this compassionate ability to act and to do stuff, and if they just need somebody to let them and to guide them. And that's what this course does. It helps you live justly in your own life and in your own community, but it also gives you the tools to care about justice on the other side of the globe, because your kid will want to step out. They will want to be that generation, because you know what? The parents in Hitler's generation, they weren't thinking that they were raising kids that would be okay with mass genocide. Just gotta say it. They weren't thinking about that. And it's not because they were probably like, hey, mass genocide is okay, but instead it was more of a lack of proactiveness. It was a lack of intention, and I can't even say that word, intentionality. You know what? You can be intentional. You are the parent. You hold this influence in your hands. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to wait until they're older, when it might be too late? When you might have missed all those opportunities? Are you going to be held back because it's uncomfortable and awkward? Or because you don't know how? Well, those are valid concerns. And you know what? I understand that thing of not knowing how. You know, I practice these conversations with my kids all the time. And in fact, I actually used to work in the field of human trafficking. I helped start a nonprofit that works with sex trafficking victims. I know a lot of people who are survivors of sex trafficking and also sexual exploitation, and I've walked with them through their journeys. I also host a project every year that raises thousands and thousands of dollars and helps everyday people become advocates on this huge issue, help them feel like they can do something about it. So I have some experience in this, and I have resources and networks that can help me help you. And I've been compiling all this stuff because I know that I'm not the only parent that cares about this. And I have this course for you, Conversations with Your Kids About Modern Slavery, and it helps you walk through step-by-step a process that is built upon. You know, if your child is 2, you're not going to have most of these conversations yet. If your child is 11, you're probably going to go into much more depth. And you know what? It's really geared especially to leverage in the elementary years, but really it's a build upon course. You know, you take these concepts and these values and these words and teaching them how to plan on how to do something and act compassionately. And I give you those tools. I've been compiling them for you in this course, Conversations with Your Kids About Modern Slavery. Because you're probably like me. You care about your kids. You love them. You want the best for them. And you also want them to be compassionate. You want them to care about the world. You want them to be world changers, not just self-focused and just caring about their own stuff, but actually caring about other people too and knowing what to do about it. Because, gosh, lots of us don't know what to do about these things. How are we going to lead our kids? Well, that's why I have put this course together with you. It's pretty simple, straightforward, comes to you every 2 weeks, a new module, just so that way you can, you know, not be overwhelmed by the whole thing and just take it as you go. You're the parent, you have discretion on what you share and what you don't share. So I hope that this helps you. If you care about these things and you want your children to really value human life, you want them to know how to act compassionately by using the issue of modern day slavery to teach them how to be an advocate. And if you want to empower them and give them the tools so that way they can protect themselves from sexual exploitation, consider it. Just buy the course. That's it. All right. Again, my name's Elisa. You can always find me at averageadvocate.com.